Today we're going to talk about a subject or a topic that I find very important to understand in order to apply it in our daily lives, and that is the practical thinking. Believe it or not, there is a whole structure for the practical thinking. So we're going to start with a little question. Let's say that you have a very important test tomorrow and you have two options. You can stay up all night or go to bed early. Let's remember that this test can change the course of your education, and your entire future depends on this test. So what would you do? Would you stay up all night or would you go to bed early? If your immediate answer was go to bed early, this is what we know as common sense or the street smarts, you made up with this answer because it's what your common sense, with your knowledge, tells you to do, okay? So the practical thinking, it's a skill that helps you adapt better to your environment, the people around you and the circumstances, or even change these elements to adapt to you, okay? So you're able to achieve a certain goal. We can say that this skill helps you solve the basic problems of your life. It helps you determine what academic knowledge or experience knowledge you have to apply to a certain situation to get a solution. When we talk about practical thinking, we work with what we know. Okay, we're not concerned about gather more information. We're just going to make a decision or create a solution or a plan with what we already know. It's important to recall that this is a primary skill used in the resolution of our daily life problems. Like I said, common sense, that is the basics of the practical thinking. You solve your problems daily with this skill, and here you only use your previous knowledge, your experience knowledge, what you already have in your brain in order to make a decision in a short period of time, okay? Believe it or not, the practical thinking, it's a skill that can solve problems, and it's important to understand there are certain things to take into account when we're talking about this. The first one is to understand and define the problem. You need to really examine the issue and resist just to make a solution right away. The first answer that comes to your mind, obviously, it's the most obvious one. And if you go with this one right away, you take the risk of overlooking other opportunities to deliver a better answer. The second one is analyze the problem. Let go of all of your assumptions and just collect the evidence that you have in your hands in order to really understand what the problem is about. The third one is generate a set of possible solutions. Don't go just with the first one. Try to keep several options and evaluate different outcomes for the problem so you can actually decide on the best one. And the fourth one, remember what you learn to future use. This skill works with what you already know, so what you learn can easily be useful in another time. I really would like to suggest you a book to read that can give you a more big picture of what this practical thinking is and what can be used for, or how can we use it better or improve this skill. And the book is Screw It, Let's Do It by Richard Branson. He's a billionaire and has multiple companies. He's the president of Virgin Records and Virgin Airlines, and he pretty much goes into every single one of the markets in the world. So I really like this book. It's a really easy book. It's a really nice reading, especially for this time that you should have a lot of free time. So I will leave the PDF of this book attached to the presentation so you can check it out. And I also will leave you a TED Talk. You know that I'm a fan of the TED Talks, where you can reflect about your thinking process and how can you improve it. It's called How to Think, Not What to Think. It's really, really cool, and it's just a 50-minute video, so it goes really, really fast. If you have any questions, don't hesitate in contact me through the Hangouts application, a private comment in the Google Classroom, or send me an email. I'll be more than glad to answer you. Hope you're fine, kids, and see you another time. Bye.